Well, welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name is Emily and I'm on the marketing team here at Realityworks. I'm here with Denise Bodart, who is our RealCare product manager. Before we begin today's presentation on teaching geriatric sensitivity to students, I'm going to take a moment to review just a few quick housekeeping items. First of all, today's presentation is being recorded. Second, although we welcome you to ask a question anytime using the chat feature on your screen, there will be a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the presentation, and we'll answer as many questions at that time as time allows. Finally, all attendees today will receive a copy of the recording, a copy of the presentation materials, and a certificate of completion. With that, I'll turn it over to Denise, who's going to get us started today.
Thank you, Emily. Well, here's just a brief outline of what we're going to be covering today. First, we'll talk a little bit more about us, and then we will get into the need for geriatric training. We've got some helpful learning lab suggestions. We've got some great ready-to-use discussion topics, and then we'll end up with some interactive resources all about teaching geriatric sensitivity.
So what is Realityworks? Well, we are known for our experiential learning tools. Our simulation technology has been used around the world for over 20 years since the creation of the RealCare Baby Infant Simulator to help students develop transferable career and life skills. Today, we're proud to be in 67% of school districts in the US and 90 countries around the world. We strive to partner with educators and educational leaders, and our company president is a board member of the Association for Career and Technical Education, as well as chair of the Industry Workforce Needs Coalition, which is a team of US business leaders dedicated to strengthening this country's CTE programs.
So let's talk geriatrics. Gerontology is a vast field that includes the study of various biological, physical, and mental changes to older adults. Geriatrics is mainly concerned with healthcare and providing medical assistance to the aging population, and as such is also considered a subfield of gerontology. So due to the rapidly increasing number of elderly people in the United States, and around the world, numerous opportunities are arising for professionals in geriatrics and gerontology. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the number of elderly people in the United States will be at its highest over the next decade and will continue to grow. So this will ensure a sustained growth in careers in geriatrics and gerontology, which are expected to increase by 20% through 2020.
So what are some of those careers? Well, as you can see on the screen in front of you, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that of the top 18 growing careers, 6 are health occupations related. They include positions such as personal care aides, RNs, home health aides, nursing assistants, and etc., all of which have absolutely enormous potential. So why geriatric sensitivity? Well, Realityworks was first established over 2 decades ago with the creation of RealCare Baby, which we created to better address teen pregnancy prevention, parenting skills, child abuse and neglect, and career skills. And since then, we have spoken with numerous educators and professionals. And one of the concerns we've been hearing more and more frequently is of the difficulty in teaching soft skills like geriatric sensitivity. After all, whether you're training those future healthcare workers or helping young people understand what it's like to be an aging adult, we know these skills are important. And that's why we created our geriatric simulators and why we're hosting today's webinar. We want to help you equip your students with the geriatric sensitivity skills they need to succeed in healthcare careers or care for their own aging parents, interact with aging adults, and more.
So if you take a look at this list of the top 10 skills you need for working in a nursing home, most of them involve direct patient care. Now this is important as more programs like CNA certification is happening at the high school level. Now, we believe that better care will be provided when workers are sensitive to what the patients are going through. Compassion and understanding are key to providing for geriatric patients. So we find that if you walk in the shoes of an older adult, you're much likelier to provide more appropriate care because you'll understand the challenges those daily tasks can be.
So how do you enable your students to walk in the shoes of an older adult? Well, that's where age simulation suits and age simulation activities can be so effective. And research backs that up. As you can see from the screen in front of you, a study at the Julius Maximilian University of Würzburg on the effectiveness of age simulation found that 83% of participants were able to empathize with life in old age very well, and 95% of participants had a better understanding of the physical conditions of aging following participation in an age simulation activity. So before we dive into our simulation tools, we're going to first share with you a few ways that you can create learning labs in your classroom. Let's start with a few quick, easy, low-fidelity ideas for helping students develop compassion for the elderly in-class simulation exercises that use basic household items to simulate those age-related impairments. Now, some exercises that you could easily set up using those basic household items include stations where students might wear several pairs of thick gloves while writing, tying a shoe, or buttoning a shirt, or they could wear thinner gloves while filling pill bottles to simulate impairments like arthritis, loss of dexterity, or restricted range of motion. You could have students wear glasses smeared with soap or Vaseline to simulate cataracts, or you could have students wear glasses made with the wrong prescription, or even sunglasses indoors to simulate macular degeneration or glaucoma. You could also have students breathe only through a straw, wear things like ankle weights, ace bandages, and back braces. You could have them interact with canes and walkers, all of which could simulate mobility challenges like fatigue, loss of strength, and restricted range of motion. Now, when you're conducting these simulation stations, we encourage you to have students interact at them in groups whenever possible, so students can build off of each other's experiences. We also encourage you to consider assigning students a specific role at each station, like that of the aging adult or that of the caregiver, so they have the chance to experience the impairments and then experience helping someone with those impairments. Finally, we encourage you to provide opportunities for reflection after each exercise.
Now, we have had several instructors tell us about their field trips taken to local nursing homes and assisted living facilities for a close-up look and experience with geriatric care. Now, whether you're teaching something like human growth and development or health occupations, a nursing home experience can have several different focuses to the visit. First, you could use this as an opportunity to look at geriatric sensitivity from the healthcare worker perspective. You could have students observe, noting any examples they see during their visit of empathy or understanding with patients. Students can share and talk about these examples when they get back to the classroom. And I just think it's great to focus on the positives of what they see in the care given. A second project could be to have students interview the residents at the facility if at all possible. They could talk about things like what a typical day is like for them, about their own personal histories and interests and family. They could also get suggestions from the residents themselves for the healthcare workers on what those workers could do to help make their care and interactions better. So learning labs and activities are a great tool in the classroom, but so are meaningful discussions relating to geriatric sensitivity. So now we'll discuss a few topics that are helpful for generating thoughtful discussion and reflection. First, journaling. It's just a great way for students to reflect on any experience. One instructor gives students a geriatric simulator to wear and then has them journal after the experience to document what they were thinking and feeling. Now, you could have your students go through the simulation and physical tasks and have them journal about what it felt like physically. Also, a rubric is included in the curriculum that I'll be telling you more about later in the webinar. So here are some great discussion questions you can ask your students after they've had the opportunity to try some simulated activities. These could be ones you've created yourself or a geriatric simulation suit. But some of the suggestions you see are on the screen in front of you. But also, one of my favorites is, how has the experience changed their feelings or behavior towards the elderly individuals?
Now, there are other ways that you can involve the community into your program, and these will enrich the conversation around geriatric sensitivity as well. We recommend bringing in a panel of local professionals involved in geriatric care for a classroom discussion. Whether it's one or a group, we recommend you seeking out positions like nursing home directors, certified nursing assistants, even a dietitian or an activities director, or others who work daily with the elderly. We recommend that you have your students themselves come up with a list of questions they like to ask. And don't forget, of course, to make part of this focus on these types of occupations as career exploration as well, not just that interaction with the elderly individuals.
Thanks, Emily. That is just a great suggestion. Here's another really interesting topic, that of aging around the world. Now, we know countries around the world treat their aging population very differently. One activity is to have students choose a country, and they could research traditions and beliefs about the aging population. For example, East Asian countries like Japan and China have a long history of respect for the elders based on Confucian principles. So with so much of society glamorizing youth in the media, it's important to learn what we can from the traditions of others and understand the value and the experience our aging population has to offer to us.
Another discussion topic that we recommend exploring is that of elder abuse. Defining just what that is and how to prevent it is very important because, of course, awareness is the first step in preventing this heartbreaking thing from occurring. And there are many free resources available online about this topic. There's even an annual World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Now, one link that we found that is on the screen in front of you and will be included in your follow-up communication links to an Elder Abuse Awareness Team Kit, which we really like because it includes just about everything you need to teach this topic. PowerPoint slides, activities, discussion topics, and more.
Now, we know experiential learning has a value far beyond building the kind of social skills, work ethic, and practice expertise that are important on the job. Experiential learning can also lead to a deeper meaning of subject matter than is possible through classroom study alone. It can lead to a greater capacity for critical thinking and application of knowledge, and of course, an increased ability to engage in lifelong learning, including learning in the workplace. So now let's take a look at a few experiential learning tools specific to geriatric sensitivity.
Well, first is the RealCare Geriatric Simulator. Now, this is a simulator that we created to enable students to personally experience many of the common physical conditions of aging that impact elderly adults. Now, this simulator actually enables students to experience all of those physical conditions that you see listed on the screen in front of you, from visual impairment and stooped posture to loss of sensation in hands, loss of strength, fatigue, and more. Now, we've also paired this simulator with a robust curriculum. It includes 9 lessons, 9 to 13 hours of teaching time, and it covers a variety of topics from geriatric career exploration to the impact of aging on bones and joints, to hearing loss, as well as 2 lessons, the geriatric experience and amazing aging. And Denise, why don't you tell us a little bit more about those last 2 lessons in particular?
Yeah, the geriatric experience lesson is a fully immersive experience using this wearable simulator. And I tell you, students will walk away changed about how they view aging once they've actually put it on and experience walking in the shoes of an older adult. The other one, called Amazing Aging, is a lesson that gives a very positive outlook where students actually research examples of people doing just vibrant and amazing things well into their lives. And they also learn tips for healthy aging that they can apply to their own life.
Thanks, Denise. So again, the RealCare Geriatric Simulator is a fully wearable age simulation suit and curriculum. The lessons, of course, actively integrate that simulator, and the curriculum does align to National Facts Education Standards and Common Core standards.
So now you can extend the geriatric experience with a trio of brand new simulation experiences. The Geriatric Sensory Impairment Kit includes a hearing impairment simulator, an arthritic simulator, and a tremor simulator. Now, when you wear the hearing simulator, it gives you a chance to see what it's like to live with tinnitus, you know, that annoying ringing in your ears, a high frequency hearing loss, and general hearing loss. We've even included a dementia component that has some unintelligible, confusing sounds that just add another layer of complication to life in general. The tremor simulator will give you an experience of seeing what a Parkinson's-like tremor does to daily activities with your hands, such as eating, writing, and dressing. And we recently put students through using the tremor simulator, and they could not believe the impact that shaking has on those types of activities. The arthritis simulator has a wearable apparatus, one for each hand, that will replicate moderate to severe arthritis, making it difficult to write, grab, twist, pinch, and just use your hands in general. Now, when students use these to do something as simple as writing, it is no longer a simple task. It really requires some thought, and it's very, very difficult. So each of these 3 simulators comes with a curriculum and the lessons for integrating using these simulation experiences in the lesson.
Now, we recommend that you use both of these simulators, the Geriatric Simulator and the Geriatric Sensory Impairment Kit, in a variety of settings. They can be used in high school health occupations courses to provide that hands-on experiential learning to make the lessons memorable. You can use them in post-secondary courses like in healthcare, such as nursing. You can use them in CNA training courses taught in high schools, community colleges, or even on-site in nursing homes. And you could also use these items in-service training in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. We've even recommend using them with public health organizations and community education groups as a way of engaging the community or the general public in learning more about geriatric issues.
Now, there are many creative ways you can use the geriatric simulator to enrich your program or take the experience one step further. So here are just a few best practice ideas from some of the instructors that have used it. One is that it is recommended to wear the geriatric simulator for a minimum of 20 minutes during class time to get that full experience of what it really feels like to be a geriatric patient. Now, if you're fortunate enough to have multiple simulators, it's highly encouraged to extend the time even longer. Some instructors do have students use it perhaps up to an hour as an extra credit opportunity, allowing them to wear it perhaps out of class during school hours and then journaling about the experience. We have found that when groups of students experience the exercise together at the same time, it really enriches the conversation, being able to compare how each is feeling as they wear it. Many of the lessons, again, do include a series of tasks to perform with the various parts of the simulator on, and then of course that entirely immersive experience that I spoke of earlier. But some of the typical tasks students could be expected to do would be like tying shoes, reading a newspaper, opening a door, perhaps combing their hair, putting on a belt, doing buttons, that type of thing, just to see what daily activities are like.
Now, Denise just shared one best practice with you, that of using multiple simulators at once so students can feed off of each other's experiences. And that's why we're really excited to let you know today that we are currently offering a special promotion for our geriatric simulator, where you buy one geriatric simulator and get the second half off. This is a savings of over $1,200, and it's good through March 31st. So we did want to make you aware of that. To take advantage of this offer, we recommend that you contact us to request a quote, or you can visit our website. So I'm just going to take a moment to hop out there now and show everyone exactly where they'd want to go. We recommend just from our homepage, we've got a call to action that references our current promotions. You can click on that and then just scroll down a bit until you see that RealCare Geriatric Simulator, that will lead you to a landing page where you can get additional details about the simulator, the promotion, a summary of what it includes, etc. So again, this is a limited time offer where you can buy one geriatric simulator and get the second half off, good through March 31st. So speaking of, we do also want to share some information regarding ordering these products. Again, if you're interested in ordering one or both of these products or taking advantage of that promotion, we welcome you to give us a call at 1-800-830-1416 or email us. You can go right onto our website, or you could even visit our online store. We do offer all of these products available for easy purchasing right on our store.
Now here are just a few additional resources that you might want to take a look at. First of all, the Realityworks blog is constantly featuring new content. We have guest writers and timely information on a wide variety of topics, including geriatric sensitivity. We also have a very busy social media presence on sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. And here's an example of just one of our Pinterest boards specific to geriatric content. And you can see it is just loaded with things that you could use in your program immediately.
Things like infographics, articles, tips and tricks, etc. We do try to provide a robust amount of resources for educators and instructors alike. Thanks, Denise. With that, we're going to go ahead and open it up to any questions. If anyone has any questions they'd like to ask live now for Denise or myself, feel free to utilize the question and answer button on your screen or our chat. We'll give everyone a minute or two to get their questions typed. And in the meantime, I did want to share one question we receive quite frequently is whether the simulation suit comes in different sizes. Denise, why don't you?
Yeah, our Geri suit was made as a one-size-fits-all to be convenient for students and teachers. So it does have an adjustable vest, and all the pieces can accommodate quite a different variety of shapes and sizes. So ensures that most, if not everybody, can have the ability to experience that geriatric simulation.
Thanks, Denise. Okay, and again, at this time, if anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and take a moment and type them in. If not, we will go ahead and conclude today's presentation. Again, all attendees will receive a recording of the presentation, a copy of the presentation materials, and links to some additional resources as well. Here we go. I see we've got a few questions coming in now. Diane's wondering if we are going to be at the simulation seminar in Florida coming up at the end of February.
You know, we are at, I think it's last count, it's over 100 different trade shows annually. And I'm not sure about the specific one, but that's something that if you are going to be attending that specific one in Florida, if you want to reach out to us at our information at realityworks.com, we would be happy to answer that specific to your question.
Absolutely, yeah, and we can follow up as well. That's a good one. Brian's wondering what types of cleaning options are available for the portions of the suit.
We do include cleaning instructions as part of the curriculum, and I know that you can use general soap and water. Also, the vest itself, you can take some of it has pockets that have the different weight sacks in, and they all come out, and you can also wash that. So again, the cleaning instructions detailed are included in the curricula.
Okay, fabulous. Thanks, Denise. Sandy is wondering, do we have statistics on how many schools use this program at this moment in time?
I can tell you we've had this out probably a year now, so I don't have the exact specifics of the numbers of schools that have purchased it, but I do know that we've got quite a few out there that are just getting going. So it's the type of statistic that we hope to gather in the next year and maybe publish a little bit more information on once the program gets going a little bit more.
There you go. Okay. And Deborah's wondering, can this be used with 8th graders, middle schoolers?
You know, it could. The curriculum and some of the lessons are more at a high school level, but the experience itself could definitely be used with middle school students if you had them wear it for a short amount of time, especially the things like the visual impairment glasses and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Students of all ages find those just really, really fascinating.
Fabulous. And Sandy's also wondering if we're going to be at AOTA in Pennsylvania. Sandy and Dion, we will absolutely have your local account managers reach out because as Denise mentioned earlier, we are at, just about 100 trade shows a year. We love getting in front of folks live with our products. And if we aren't scheduled to attend that particular trade show, at the very least, we can have your local account manager reach out and answer any questions, possibly schedule a demonstration, etc. Janet is wondering if we can give some tips on how to get started with the geriatric simulator, as they don't have those 9 hours of teaching time to devote to it.
And that's a great question. It's one we get quite often because a lot of teachers don't have that much time. You'll find in the curriculum that although there are 9 lessons, you do not have to do all 9. If you have just a limited amount of time, we suggest you just go to the fully immersive lesson that uses the entire suit, and that would be 1 to 2 hours. So that would be a great way if you need to fast track it, just go right to that lesson.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Sandy is wondering, how long do these items last?
They should have a very long shelf life if they're taken care of properly. I see no reason why they shouldn't last 5 to 10 years. I mean, they're very well made, and if they're taken care of, they should last a long time.
There you go. Okay, we've got a few chat questions coming in. Here we go. Sandra is wondering if there's a recent publication on the effects of using the simulator on students. We did share that one study on the PowerPoint slide, and Denise?
We actually have contracted with a group to do a study that will take place in the next 1.5 years. So that's actively going on right now, and we will hope to publish the results of that at the conclusion. So at the moment, I do not have anything other than the study we cited earlier, but because this is so new, we are working on that type of information. So stay tuned, and we hope to have that available as soon as we can.
Fabulous. Paige is wondering, what is the price of the initial geriatric simulator?
For one, it's $24.99. However, Emily did tell you about the buy one, get one half off. So that's a great one to take advantage of right now. The geriatric sensory impairment kit is $949. So again, you'll see both of those on our website store if you're interested.
Perfect. Okay. Miranda is wondering, actually Miranda just wanted to offer, thanks Miranda, that she does have the geriatric suit for her classroom and the students love it. She finds it very useful. Well, gosh, Miranda, thank you so much for chiming in with that comment. We appreciate that. Sandy is wondering, do we have any information from schools that are actually using that? Well, and how they're using them, and how they are using them. Okay, so Miranda chimed in saying that she's got it, she's using it. The students love it. Denise, I know we've collected feedback from other educators as well.
Yeah, we do have a few other testimonials available. If you write to us at information@realityworks.com, we can send that to you. And again, that's more information we are trying to collect as time goes on.
Okay, well that appears, gosh, wonderful questions, everyone. Thank you very much. It appears as though we have answered all the questions that we've been offered today. So thank you again, everyone, for taking the time to join our webinar today. If anyone has any additional questions, don't hesitate to contact us using the information on your screen in front of you. On this screen, excuse me. Otherwise, again, we'll be in touch via email with a recording and presentation materials, and you can always reply to those communications as well. Thanks so much.